Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy, hyphy. Get lit just like me, big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot.
Cheers!
Oh. 10 Talks.
Wait. Not just yet. In a second. There we go. I'ma end this poll. Oh. Cheers. Let's go. Episode 80.
8's my favorite number.
Alright, guys. I gotta get this off my chest. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna complain.
I know.
And you said something.
I know.
So we proved the poll wrong in both ways.
It hasn't been 5 minutes yet.
I won't complain. Anyways, boom. Here we are, guys.
Episode 80, that's insane.
I know. I was just looking at it and I was like, damn, is it really episode 80 already?
And after you've been doing like all the audio uploads, you're probably going to talk about that, but we've come a long way. Like
I know exactly.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you've always been really good on camera, but me in the beginning was just I'm still I'm still cringe, but
I'm definitely never always
I think
been good
I've kind of blossomed a lot with the talking and stuff, you know?
Let us know in the chat really quick before I put it away for everything is good here with the audio levels and everything. And Rylee, you guys can hear Rylee and me and whatnot and all this bullshit. But either way, boom, we are here for episode 20 more episodes and we're reaching 100.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? AD was just on At the End of the Day the other day. He was like, yo, what episode are we on? I think they're in the hundreds already. And No Jumper show is also in the hundreds, but 140s or something like that. And AD was like, damn, we're catching up to them. And I was thinking like, damn, was there really only like 40 No Jumper shows before At the End of the Day got started? Like, that's kind of crazy. I don't even remember at this point.
And we're like right behind At the End of the Day too.
I know. We started like right at the same time. Well, apparently 20 episodes before.
It's not crazy.
But either way, stream good. Sounds good. Okay, thank you guys so much. Shout out to fucking Spliff Mode TV in the fucking chat. Thank you guys so much. Oh, we're cursing. Damn it. All right, whatever. We're putting that away. Actually, no, we don't have to put it away. I just have to kind of hide it. So, boom. Just don't look at the screen, and we should be fine.
All right.
Either way, guys, we both apologize for starting the show so late. One thing that not always, but one thing I've told Rylee before is the most important thing as a content creator is consistency, and we've been consistent. We've been pretty like I would say in the 90 percentile consistent with the podcast, but the one thing we're still inconsistent with is what time we started, and if we were able to start it every Sunday at 6, like that would be super super helpful. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like this is not an ordinary podcast.
I think doing a podcast on the weekend is kind of tough just because obviously the weekend is like the time you can actually do things.
Yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, some days we have to do things on Sunday and then we end up having to come through late.
Exactly.
But luckily we have a lot of people that just still come through even though like we have like a weird schedule. But I mean, I feel you. I want to be more consistent on starting at 6.
Exactly. But
like recently, we've just had so much going on. Like we went to Hawaii. Then
that was a while ago, right?
I'm talking about like all the things that lined up. Like we went to Hawaii. Then your sister came out for her birthday, and then we went to my
brother's graduation.
Yes, in the Bay Area. My dad just came out, and my dad lives in Europe, and I don't ever get to see him. And he was luckily able to come out for the summer, and he was in San Diego. So I was like, we have to go see my dad because I don't know when the next time I'm going to see him is. And so just all these like big trip kind of things lined up.
And honestly, it's like
another.
You don't really.
And then we
had
Lelena too, so it's just like we've been so busy.
But like I feel like you understand, like if someone were to tell you like, oh, this is the things that you got to do to pursue this type of thing, like it's one thing to hear it and it's another thing to actually go through it. Now that we're actually going through this thing where I'm trying to like, guys, like I'm like constantly, like every day I have this like level of stress on my head. Like I don't even talk to Rylee about it. Like I just don't even talk about it at all, but I just have this like level of stress on my head where I'm like, dude, like I really need to take this like so seriously and beyond, where like
I feel it.
I need to
No,
like I need to like not even worry about my health, not like in an aspect where I'm just gonna be getting super drunk on stream every night, but like I need to like really put all quadruple 10 times down on this YouTube shit, and like to really gain some sort of consistency or like reliability, you know what I mean, like, or kind of some sort of like create my own freaking safety blanket, you know, that I can make myself or whatever. But it's like right now I'm like in this super weird balancey state where I'm just like, dude, like I need to do this very consistently, but then like Riley's saying comes the family stuff where just like my sister, my niece, Riley's family, all this stuff, and then like you really like get thrown in the position where you're like, damn, am I Riley said her dad lives in Europe, right? So he happened to be in San Diego this weekend, and she barely gets to see him like once every 2 years, 3 years, because he just lives abroad or whatever.
Okay, honestly, my dad was living in Malaysia like the past 2 years. Then he just recently switched he's a teacher, so he just switched schools to a school in Europe. But before that, he never came out for summers because it's just so expensive to fly from Asia to the States.
And it's
you know?
like far, and
it's
like
super
20-hour
far.
flight almost.
Yeah, it's like 17-hour flight or something like that. But that's when my grandma passed away, was like when I was able to see him, and that's the only reason I was able to see him.
The only reason why Riley was able to see her dad recently was because of, unfortunately, her grandma passing away. But like I was saying, like it would have felt so bad to like know that your dad's in town
like
in San Diego,
away,
2 hours away,
and
and he lives in Europe. It's like I would feel like an asshole being like, dude, like no, we can't go because we have to do this. Like it's like you can't not, you know what I mean? It's like it's family, and then that's where like I start to sympathize with the XQCs and like the other streamers and content creators, where they're like, really, even Adam, bro, like if I think about it, like I'm thinking about all the stuff that I constantly goes through my head of like, oh man, I want to do this with my family, and I want to celebrate my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, and do this and do that. And then I think about like, damn, I've been working with Adam for like 5-6 years now, and he just recently actually like started taking a little bit more, you know, work trips and vacations, and they're usually mixed together. But like back during the, you know, the Melrose days and everything else, it's like he never went anywhere. He was just working all the time.
Even when I started, like he wasn't doing anything. It was like recently, like once like Lena had Parker and stuff,
exactly.
Like he was like, okay, starting to family down.
Exactly,
kind of
right? And it's just like a sacrifice. I wonder if everyone knows they're doing it, but like once you're in the position of like, oh, my dad's only in town for 2 days and I'm not gonna see him for a year, but we also have the show to do, it's like hard to put the show over a family, you know, like type thing. Yeah.
But it's like you're so lucky because your parents like get it. They don't like pressure you into doing things because they understand like you're trying to work for your stuff. But my family is just like, we're so like, my family's so family oriented. I'm one of 6.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of all we got is each other and stuff. And so like whenever I tell them like I really can't make it out right now because I have work and like I have to do this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
To grow, they're kind of just like, what? Like it makes no sense to them. But like once I kind of sit down with them and explain to them, like I told them, like my dad asked us, me and my dad were like sitting on the porch today, and he was asking me like, how many followers do you guys have on your 10 Talks? And I was like, we're getting close to 25K. And he's like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, he was like, so like, once he heard that, he was like, oh, like, this is actually like a real thing.
Really?
Like, he knows.
It's fun. I was just doing
But like before that, he was kind of like
confused.
How can you not take like a weekend off? Like, how can you not come out for the weekend?
He just thinks it's like some random little thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like I kind of try to explain to him like the consistency thing, because I didn't understand that until I went to No Jumper, and I kind of did see
how they're doing it.
Adam's work ethic.
Work ethic.
Yeah. Like he really doesn't take days off. Like he has a new baby, and like he would be doing like 5 interviews in a day, and it's just like,
and then he's like, all right, gotta go see Parker before she goes to sleep. You know, you're like, damn, okay. You know, it's just like,
and it's like you gotta understand the grind,
the sacrifices, you know, those are the real sacrifices. And it's just like I can't find it in myself to deny family, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's because like I've had like, you know, we've both had family members recently pass away, where just like you really don't know, like, bro, like doesn't matter how young or healthy you can be, it's like you really don't know when's the last time you're gonna see your whoever it is in your family. It's like sometimes you really want to take the opportunity to hang out and chill together. You don't know when you're gonna die either, you know. So it's just like all types of things. So
I was just telling Yuri, like, I recently had a friend from high school pass away, and he was like the nicest kid at the school. Like everybody like just knew this guy for being like super cool with everybody. Like he never judged anybody and shit. He was a year above me, a grade above me, and he passed away on a motorcycle accident.
Oh,
like it's just like you never, like I never would have thought he would have, like that was like the last thing I expected. I was just like I never talked to him or like heard from him since high school, but it's just like, damn, like I just remember you being like a bright spirit and like just super cool and nice.
Dude, I remember
so heartbreaking, like, and that reminds you like you gotta like really communicate with your family. Like, answer the calls.
Like take advantage of the time you have or whatever.
Exactly.
But you know what's crazy is one of the first people to pass away like that I actually knew growing up or whatever was this one kid named Sam that I went to elementary school with, and I knew him all throughout elementary school, and we talked all the time, we did all the stuff together and whatever, and then I stopped talking to him in middle school because we went to different middle schools, then he went to different high school, whatever. But then around like when I was like 20 or 21, I heard like one of my friends told me like, yo, Sam passed away, and I was like, what the fuck? Like he was into cars and shit. Like I knew he was into cars, but I was just like, what the fuck happened? And they told me like it was a motorcycle accident as well, and I was like, damn, dude. I was like thinking like, that's crazy. Like this is when I think of Sam, I haven't seen him since elementary school. So when I think of him, I'm thinking of this little kid,
right? And
I'm just like, fuck, Sam. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy. It's just like that's the last time I saw him was when we were in elementary school. And like I'm just thinking of this like I don't know, like 8-year-old kid passing away. I'm like, fuck, dude. But no, he was like in his 20s by that time. But I'm just like, damn, bro, like that's crazy. This is someone I actually grew up with, got a lot of memories together.
Kind of like, I mean, I remember like how your sister, when your sister passed away, like your whole kind of community came together, like all the people from like her high school and stuff, like donated, and like people came together and stuff, and that was like the same thing for him. Like I just saw everybody that I follow from high school like posting about him and like his GoFundMe and stuff. So that's like, I love that.
Exactly. And that's why it's
nice to see a community come together like that.
And it's like I kind of find it I've seen this post before on Instagram and stuff like that where it's like it's kind of corny to me where people are like, oh man, you'll show up to my funeral but you won't show up to my fucking concert. It's just like, I'm busy, bro. It's like, like of course some people are gonna show up to your fucking funeral and help when you pass away, but it's just like you can't expect people to be there for every single part of your fucking life. It's kind of selfish there, you know what I mean? Like I've seen that post before and I'm like, bro, that's kind of extreme. Like, oh, they're all gonna show up to your funeral but they're not gonna show up to your fucking DJ set. I'm like, yo, come on, dude. That's crazy.
Literally, I think about that like with friends and stuff. Like everybody had, like, just think about your family and all the crazy shit that just goes on within your family.
Yeah,
you have friends that have their own personal lives,
bro. I'm just thinking about my group of friends that I grew up skating with. Bro, they've all become artists, rappers, singers, all these different things. And it's just like, bro, if I were to sit here and promote on my Instagram, just for example, everything that every single one of my friends does, my Instagram is gonna have 100 stories a day of like the most random shit ever. You guys are gonna be like, what? It's not even gonna be me anymore. It's gonna be like just
promo, just
hella random promo. But getting back to my what you're saying about my parents or whatever, is like, what's interesting is my parents still my mom, I think, understands a little bit more, or my dad understands pretty well too, but like they still don't completely understand like the whole thing that I'm doing here with like how we're able to support ourselves and all that stuff through YouTube and shit. But whenever I tell them like I'm working, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to tell them like I'm streaming. I tell them I'm working. I have to be working from this time to this time, and they take it so seriously. It's like my family, like my mom and dad have always taken like working very seriously. It's like my dad, like I think he missed like my like elementary and like middle school graduation. You know what I mean? Like because he had to work. You know what I mean? Like it was like my sister. My sisters were there for my elementary graduation actually, and you know who else? Flava Flav.
I know, you told me.
Yeah, I forgot.
Was that your middle school or your
elementary school? And I forgot he was with this famous
niece.
No. He was with this famous lady. Like it was his like wife or girlfriend at the time. It was this blonde lady. It might have. Wait, was it what was Wiz Khalifa's ex?
Amber Rose?
Was she ever with?
No.
It was, I wonder, because it was like this tall, she was taller than him and she was blonde, and that was his girl. And I remember he was at my elementary graduation. I'm not sure why, maybe because like someone in his family was graduating in the same class as I was or something, but he was there in a white tuxedo.
She was tall, blonde, and thick.
I don't remember thick or not, but
I'm sure you know.
But I just remember.
Wait, now I have to Google.
I just remember I was watching Flava Flav at the time because of my sisters.
Yes.
And I remember I was just standing, and one of my friends was like, "Yo, Flava Flav is here," and I was like, "What? No way!" And I look over, and he's in a white tuxedo, and he had this white chain with a giant white clock on him. Like it was the whole fucking fit. I was like, "Bro, no way! This is insane."
No, she would never.
She would never?
Exactly.
Wow, what do you mean? You saying my man Flava Flav ain't handsome?
He was like damn near 50 on that show, dude.
Bro, yeah, he was actually pretty old. You're right.
That was gross. And they were like my age.
Bro, you know, okay, there's like one random. I don't remember anything from that show, but I like probably watched every single episode. I remember New York spitting situation, all that stuff. But I remember one thing I remember was. It might have been New York too who like leaked this info.
Brooke. Her name was Brooke, but I forgot her Pumpkin. I think her name was Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, there was like I remember that. The white girl, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the one that was with
it
them.
Was her. Oh no.
You don't think so? But anyways, okay, so I remember one of the episodes, Flava Flav was like having a date with all the girls, and then like at the end of the night, that was it. Flava Flav goes to his room, and all the girls go to their little bunk rooms, and then one of the girls is like, I gotta go see him. Blah, blah. And then she like sneaks out at night, and then she goes, gets into bed with him, and like starts cuddling up, and they start making out, and they probably fucked. I'm not sure, but you could see them on camera making out. And then the next scene was her like getting back into bed, and she was just like talking to one of her homegirls, and she's like, oh man, she's like, I was kissing Flava, and she's like, I didn't tell him I have a cold sore right now. And then her friend was like, "Oh God." She was like, "Hell no!" And then she immediately like leaked the info. She immediately the next morning went up to Flava Flav and was like, "Hey, you were macking like crazy with that girl last night. She has a cold sore." It was, bro. I was like, "Yo, these girls are crazy, bro. They don't give a
fuck." No, those shows were fucking crazy.
Either way, let's get into some of these topics. Number one, I have to announce this ahead of time, guys. Usually for 10 Talks, Rylee and I do the P.O. Box openings. By the way, if anyone wants to send us anything to open, P.O. Box 3183 North Hollywood 91609, or it's in the description. On Friday, Rylee and I did the listening to music stream on No Jumper. We finished it, and I was in a rush. I was like, we got to get out of here so I can go to the P.O. Box as soon as possible. We went over there, and we got there at 4:02. It closes at 4 o'clock. And by the time I got there, I can open my P.O. Box, but my P.O. Box sometimes if the packages are too big, which is 99% of the time, they give me this card, and I have to take the card to the front, and it was 4:02, so they were closed. And I was just like, we were 2 minutes late. So we missed opening the P.O. Box this week. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Which honestly, it gives us a nice little break in the middle of the podcast just to open some packages. But we'll go with that.
No, I was gonna say, well, next week we'll have hopefully a little more.
I know, right? We'll take up the whole stream or the whole podcast, maybe. Or it might be a 3-hour pod. Honestly, we should start doing 3-hour pods.
If we could do it. We gotta come through with the topics.
We gotta talk slower and like
we gotta come through with like the very informational pod.
We gotta watch
how we did for the SPM. Why don't we do one of those again?
Disregarding the informational stuff, if you want to just milk it, we should take some notes from H3 because he pulls like 5-hour pods talking about 3 topics. So
I do not want that.
we could take some notes from him, and I don't know. It's like we can be going crazy right now, but I agree. Rylee and I should do some more deep dives on deep dives on stuff like the SPM thing, which honestly, did we ever talk about the update with SPM?
I don't think we did. I think we were going to, but we never
mentioned
it.
Guys, so episode 13, I believe, is the SPM episode where we do a deep dive into the whole conversation, because yes, if you just like look at the surface information, it's like you can make these accusations, and don't say I'm trying to defend him here at all. I'm just saying that, like, if you really look at what the hell happened to him, really, it's like, to me, it seems like it's just crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm not like, okay. This really gets too far because so many people attack me anytime I even bring up the word SPM. But like, it just like, it's not. I'm not when I was trying to get into the details. It's not me trying to defend him. It's more me bringing up the details, saying more people should be at fault. More people should be in jail other than this one dude. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just like so many other things went wrong before he even entered the situation. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
for one of the stories, but I don't know. Either way, we should.
I share my thoughts on it, so you guys should listen to the episode.
But anyways, an update to the story is, I think we talked about this also not too long ago, is SPM, he was with his wife for a long time. I forgot her name, but she was on a lot of his songs. Carolyn, yes. And I know you remember. She was on a lot of his songs, like doing like vocals, backup vocals, all this stuff. And basically she got caught up doing something illegal while he was in jail, right? So he's in jail right now serving a 50-year sentence. This year in 2022, he's up for parole finally. So he could potentially get out of jail and be just like a parolee or whatever it is. But his wife, his current wife, while he was in jail, Carol, she did something illegal. I forgot what it was, but it was highly, highly illegal, and she can actually go to jail for it herself. And I think since SPM is like trying to get out of jail, he's like separating himself from all illegal things. He now considers himself a Christian rapper, and and denounces weed smoking and like all that stuff. He's like super, super like, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm trying to get out of jail as soon as possible type shit. So he divorced Carol because she did that illegal thing. Carolyn. And Rylee and I were speculating, thinking like, did he really divorce her because he doesn't support it, or did he divorce her because on paper it looks like, oh, SPM is taking this shit serious, he wants to, he's a good man now type thing or whatever. But either way, he divorced Carolyn and he remarried recently. That was a big news that Rylee and I wanted to talk about, but we forgot, is he remarried a 25-year-old or something like that. And if you just look into SPM's charges,
that's not a good look.
Yeah, if you look into his charges and his case, the fact that he's a 50-year-old man marrying someone half his age is like, it's not a good look. It's like, if you're gonna marry someone within at least around your age bracket. Like if you're gonna marry someone half your age, you're not making your case look good right now, dude. So you're making it look worse. But either way, yeah. So he remarried. And also not only that, but another video came out of that girl, and she was at the jewelry store, and she was like, I want that one, and the lady's like, 30,000.
Am I tripping, or do you feel the ground move?
No. Did you fart?
Really?
I didn't feel anything move. You must be drunk.
I swear.
Well, if there was an earthquake, we're fine.
That was scary.
We survived an earthquake. Anyways, he bought her a $30,000 wedding ring from jail. He hasn't even met her.
What?
That's what I was about to say. She posted a video of her at a jewelry store, like looking at.
How did he afford that?
Do you understand? No. Do you understand that like
that's Spotify?
He has like people like he has a cult fan base. Like no matter how much shit. No, not me. Like I enjoy his music, but I enjoy his music, but like I'm willing to talk about these things that he has done. Right? There's a lot of people out there who just are like, I'm SPM till I die type shit. You know what I mean? He has a very culty fan base. Not culty, but like, like down to the end type shit or whatever. He has a lot of listeners and viewers, and a lot of his most listened to music and tracks were released while he was in jail. So and also before he even went to jail, he was talking about how he was like making like millions a month, bro. Like not only that, but he was like mostly independent, where all the money is going to him. Like he's never released any numbers, but also court cases and all that stuff cost a lot of money. I can't even imagine how rich he is. He's probably so fucking wealthy, dude. One of his like nephews that I was following a while ago, I forgot his name, but the reason why I started following him is because he did an interview with SPM in jail like a couple years ago. That's why we did that episode, because that interview came out. But his nephew has, I forgot the name of like Trap House. I think that's the name of his thing. It's like he has like a trap house chain, and like literally all of his sons and daughters and granddaughters and anyone that's slightly related to his family has that same fucking real diamond chain. Like that's how rich he is. Like he's able to afford everyone these fucking diamond chains, no problem, But I don't know. Either way. He remarried a 25-year-old and bought a $30,000 engagement ring from jail, which is kind of crazy, dude. Like, imagine being so rich and you're in jail. It's like the most you can buy yourself is like infinite cup of noodles, I guess. But then it's like that's it.
Infinite spread.
But also, we've heard so many stories of like you can get drugs in jail. It just costs a little bit more. If I was
people say that it's like so different. Like people have iPads and like
I know you hear crazy stories, but I think it depends on where you're at, where your charges are, and also how violent your crime was. Because if you're in a jail that's for super violent criminals, if you robbed someone at gunpoint, you're going to like a high maximum security. But if you did like an internet scam, you're going to a jail where they probably have TV and Xbox in the room type shit because you did a non-violent crime, you know? I don't know. Speaking of non-violent crimes, well, actually violent crimes, Knott's Berry Farm.
Again?
I don't know how much Rylee knows about this, but I've known about this my whole life. This is like not news. And recently, it's become news on a lot of fools pages and stuff like that, and then also like, you know, just the KTLA 5 and CBS and all this other stuff. But Knott's Berry Farm has also always been kind of like ghetto. Like, you know what I mean? Like ever since I was a kid, like it was the place where damn near like gangbangers would come through, get fucked up, and like, bro, like even when I was a kid, it's like I knew when I was going there with my sisters homies, I always knew like a fight might happen. You know what I mean? Like even the, I swear it's like that type of environment where like people just go there to get fucked up and act rambunctious. You know what I mean? Like, and also not only that, but like I feel like a lot of underage kids will just tell their parents like, "Hey mom, I'm going to Knott's," and they'll go to Knott's and just fucking go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and like it's kind of like just a free for all for kids type shit. But recently, I'm not sure if it's escalated more, but recently it just been in the news back to back to back. Knott's Berry Farm is having fights happen all the time, and every single one of the videos you've seen of the fights, it's like usually 18 or younger looking kids. They look like they're 16, 17, 18. So it's mostly like, I don't know, high school kids coming there to fight their fucking enemy from another class or something like that. You know, that's what it really looks like. But either way, there's been a lot of these situations happening back to back to back where the police has been coming and they've been closing down the park. And now Knott's Berry Farm, I'm not sure if it's all of them or this specific one that's nearby. They banned all unaccompanied minors. Like, so if you're 18 or younger, you can't enter.
Yeah. So
what do you think about? You know what's crazy?
They said that if you're accompanied by a 21
or older. And honestly,
this is what I was telling Yuri. I was like, okay, a 21-year-old is like
not that hard to find.
No, and there's
you have a
weird 21-year-olds that are gonna be wanting to chill with the 17-year-olds.
I always had a friend in my group who was 21 or over. Yeah. Even when I was like 15, 16, there's always that one dude who could buy you the beer. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so yeah, you're right. And but also I wonder if it's gonna be a rule where it's just like it's like I come in with like my 5 little, you know, homies or whatever, and they're like nah, like are you there, you know, like are you their guard? It's like, I feel like they have to feel like it's a family type situation or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy?
I don't think so, because that's the rule.
Rylee was saying that it might not make that big of a difference because everyone has a 21 or older homie. But there's this one ride at Knott's Berry Farm, arguably one of the best ones and sketchiest ones, Ghost Rider. It's a wooden ride, all made out of fucking wood. And as you're sitting on the ride, you just hear wood cracking and fucking nails moving. It sounds so sketchy, dude. It's the most, like, when you're on this ride, bro, like it sounds so gnarly because it's 80 years old, dude. Like, not only is it wooden, but it's like old ass wood. You know what I mean? So it's like a gnarly sounding ride, but also it's very fun. There's like a couple spins in it and all this stuff. Night Rider? No, it was not Night Rider. It was Ghost Rider. There we go. Ghost Rider, if you go there on a Wednesday in winter, it'll still have like a 10 or 20 minute line. You know what I mean? Like, it's so popular. It's like the main attraction kind of like of Knott's Berry Farm, where not the main attraction, but like a lot of people like going there. It's like one of the more popular ones. It always has like a long line. Honestly, their average is like an hour. I'm not even joking you. Like, it's like one of those lines where you're going to wait in there for a long time before you go on this ride. Ever since this new ban has been put into place for the unaccompanied minors, even on the weekends, it has a maximum of 15 to 20 minute wait. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, we need to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
I know. What the fuck?
That sounds hella fun. But then now I'm wondering, like...
Well, we went to Knott's Scary Farm.
Oh, that's true.
Which was really fun.
I wonder if they're going to continue this rule for Knott's Scary Farm, because so many underage kids want to go to Knott's Scary Farm.
And honestly, I was low-key scared when we went, because Oh, my sister's calling me.
You felt
Sorry,
it?
Sis.
Sorry, sis.
No, because you have showed me so many like stories about it.
I was telling, and dude, like
news stories
around Halloween time, it's even times 10. You know what I mean? Like, fools are really fucked up, and it's just crazy.
It's dark, foggy.
Exactly. And I'm wondering, like, is Knott's Berry Farm Like, are they making less money now? Are they like, fuck, dude, like we have to let minors back in because we're not making any money. We only have 20-minute lines for these rides, or you think they'll be fine? Like, I don't know. I'm wondering, like, after seeing that TikTok or Instagram video I saw about the Ghost Rider line being so short, I'm like, fuck, are they regretting this decision because there's fucking no one there, you know?
No, they'll be fine. I think it might be better.
They probably spend more money on repairs and fucking stolen items, you know, compared to now or whatever it is. Bro, like,
and just like people thinking it's unsafe, so they're not going to take their families there.
Oh, exactly. That's the main thing, is like people are going to see this on the news and they're going to be like, I'm not going to Knott's Berry Farm because I'm taking my kids there. I don't want my kids seeing a fight, you know what I mean, like, or whatever it is. So yeah, they're probably, hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I like Knott's Berry Farm. Silver Bullet, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it was fun. What do we want?
I like those two rides.
They have alcohol.
Oh yeah, and you could walk around and drink.
They had buzz balls there.
Oh yeah, they have the giant buzz balls there.
We were like,
what
the hell?
Like the $30-$40 buzz balls.
I was shook.
Okay, another random topic. Guys, I said this the other day on stream. I was talking about how I feel like, we never put the Harmonious gang sign up. I was talking about how I feel like it's not really covered in the news as like an emergency right now. And I feel like it is an emergency. Maybe this is me being dramatic or tripping, but Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Los Angeles already so many fucking people. I think it's like 18 million people in here. Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and other places in Nevada, a couple other places in California, and then also New Mexico, I believe, or whatever, maybe even Arizona. But a lot of states and cities rely on Lake Mead, which is like a giant fucking reservoir. You guys know, I believe, what is it, the Hoover Dam or whatever it's called. God, and I feel like an idiot. I can't remember the name of the dam, but it's the huge ass dam that's super famous. A lot of tourists go there. Either way, that lake that dam is holding up, Lake Mead, is going fucking dry, guys. Like, this is insane. Like, honestly, I think a lot of us in here have seen the news at least a little bit, right? But I've been kind of doing like a little bit of a deeper dive, watching like fishermen, people who fish, like their channels of them going to Lake Mead to fish and them filming the differences or whatever and all the stuff going on, and also like other information compared to years ago. And honestly, Lake Mead is like basically donezo, bro. It's like and not only that, but once it reaches a certain level, Los Angeles is going to receive less electricity. Las Vegas is going to receive less electricity, and New Mexico, I believe, is going to receive less electricity. And then also, not only that, but also water, I believe, or whatever. Most of that water, I believe, is just for using the turbines. But I believe that water also goes to us for our faucets and all that shit. But it's getting kind of scary, like one of the for a long time I wasn't really worried, but I recently came across this YouTube channel. I forgot the name of it, but it's this fisherman dad who goes fishing with his two sons on Lake Mead, and there's this like boat that's sticking out of the water, and in this one video he comes up to it, and the water's at this like certain level on the boat. And literally 2 weeks later, he films another vlog. He actually films these vlogs every 2-3 days. But I watched another video that was 2 weeks later, and within 2 weeks, like, the water dramatically dropped. And I've gone fishing with my dad at Pyramid Lake, at I forgot the name. There's like 3 or 4 lakes nearby that I've gone fishing with my dad. And throughout the years of me being a child, I've also kind of seen the differences between the lake, because the water, the levels sometimes go up and down. And it's usually like it's a lot, but it's not too dramatic, bro. That video that I saw of the 2-week difference, I was like, dude, this shit's gonna be dry in days, like at this fucking rate. Like, this is insane. And you know what's interesting? The reason why I'm bringing this up is kind of, I guess, maybe a warning. I don't want to try to scare anyone because I might be wrong here, but I feel like, me personally, I'm gonna be stocking up on some water. Just like fresh drinking water. I don't know, like who knows if this is gonna affect their drinking water supply, because a lot of our water is imported to begin with, like on trucks and shit for like spring waters across the country. But it's like I'm gonna stock up on some cheap old water to put in the closet, just sit around, but then also I feel like we might be, people in Los Angeles, we might be having like escalated levels of our gas prices are going up right now. Inflation's going, inflation just like, it's crazy right now. And then also, I believe our water prices are going to be going up as well. They're just not telling us yet. That's what I'm suspicious about.
Yeah, I mean, every year my family takes a camping trip to Lake Shasta, and the first year we went, amazing. We had jet skis.
Yeah.
We had rented a boat. It was awesome. The second year we went, Yuri came with us. It was a little lower, but we were still able to
We had to walk 20 minutes from the cabin to get to the water, where Rylee was the year before it was a 2-minute walk.
Exactly.
And turned into a 20-minute walk, where it's just you kind of had to drive down there, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was so far.
It was really far. The third year, there was no water whatsoever. They had to drive 25 minutes to go to the water.
You couldn't walk it.
Yeah.
Or it would be a far ass walk, a mile or something.
So to see that from a 3-year difference, it does really scare you. And Yuri and I were kind of talking about it the other day. What the hell is it? What do we do? Are we gonna run out of shit?
We are. It's inevitable. But this is what I was telling Rylee is. This is why I also wanted to bring this up is, dude, I feel so people are going to give me so much shit when I say this specific thing, but you have to be very careful with the information you get from news. You know what I mean? I feel you have to come to your own conclusion. Don't hear something from especially Philip DeFranco or whoever it is and just be this is it. Especially, even us, especially us. I'm a fucking idiot over here.
Don't listen to
but
us.
But what's interesting is a lot of news outlets are blaming the water levels going down on freaking climate change. They're yo, CO2 gases are building up in the air and it's making things too hot and the water's evaporating. You know what I mean? That's basically what the fuck they're saying. But in reality, the reason is you don't, you're honestly, you're not supposed to have something like Los Angeles or New York. It's realistically and logistically doesn't make sense. We spend so much more money and so much more effort and we fuck up the environment, and then we have to spend money fixing the environment. You do so much more work trying to keep a city together than it actually it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's logistically doesn't make sense to have a city or whatever. There's so many videos about transportation and food supply and all this stuff that just talks about how big cities don't make sense. But it's too late. We're already living in them. You know what I mean? You and I included. If something happens to the water supply, what are we going to do? Move to fucking somewhere else? It's we can't. Our job is here. I was we have to stay here. We have to work here. So we're kind of already stuck in this position. But and realistically, the reason why we're running out of water is we have too many fucking people here. Everyone's using water, and not only than that, not only that, but I forgot to list in our topics, but an interesting article came out that says about a year ago or 2 years ago, the California governor said, "Yo, we're running out of water, guys. Everyone has to use less water." He didn't make it a law. He didn't make any restrictions where you had to pay more. He just said, let's try to use 15% less water. Saying that to the people of Los Angeles, it just goes over their head. No one fucking gives a fuck, right? Now we're reaching this point where we're fucking running out of water completely, and god damn it, I forgot the point I was getting to. But basically, it's bro, we're gonna reach a point where it's he's gonna the government or whatever, the Los Angeles government's gonna have to just put a actual restriction where we're only going to get 3 gallons of water to our faucet a day, and that's it. And they're going to be that's it. You don't get any more water other than that,
I remember the day when restaurants stopped giving you just water. As soon as you got to your table, they would pour water for you, and then
oh yeah,
you would have to start to ask for water.
That's true.
I was what?
That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh, wait. I remember the point I was getting to. Okay, so 2 years ago, a year ago, they said the governor said we have to use 50% less water, and then recently, a week or two ago, I believe an article came out that says people haven't been using less water. People have been using more water actually, and guess who are the top 10 violators of this water rule? And it was a bunch of celebrities listed, and I forgot who all of them were, but a lot of the celebrities were everyone, people we fucking know, and one of them was The Game. And it was basically everyone who has a mansion. Bro, if you take a fucking stroll through Beverly Hills, everyone has a fountain in their fucking driveway.
Yeah.
Everyone has a pool. Everyone has a jacuzzi. Everyone has a fountain in their backyard and a Versace fucking face spitting water into a bowl or something. Everyone has some crazy water fixture going on in their mansions in LA. And look how many mansions are in LA, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of the water I feel like that we're using is just used just to fucking facilitate these rich people's nice little houses.
Yeah, probably.
You know? I don't know. But also, I have to say this is I had this friend growing up, Johnny, the dude who blows glass or whatever. He made the shot glasses that Rylee broke. That we still haven't got.
Broke one.
Both.
You broke the other, right?
I didn't know you broke the other.
No, I didn't.
Did I?
I think you did.
I don't remember. I think you did.
I don't think I broke.
Anyways.
I broke mine.
Johnny's like parents or whatever, like they're a little bit, I would say, like on the wealthier side compared to what I've seen or whatever. And I've been to his house a couple times. He has a pool and a jacuzzi area and everything, and running water and all that stuff, obviously. But then he told me, he's like, dude, he's like, my dad actually spent, I don't know, X amount of money on this water filtration system where we disconnected from Los Angeles water supply, where a lot of people, if we turn our faucet on right now, we get the Los Angeles water. But he basically, because they have a house, they set up their own water filtration system where they're using their own water. Not a well, but they bought a bunch of water and they're using their own water over and over again. Because we've also talked about this on 10 Talks before, where when you take a shit and you flush the toilet with your shit and piss and all that stuff in there, sometimes blood, that it takes like about 4 to 5 hours before that same water comes out of your faucet. Water in LA gets filtered and then reused constantly. So we're reusing water that everyone in Los Angeles has kind of basically used. I mean, it's kind of disgusting to a certain level, but
look at us.
They set up their own thing where it's like they're
right?
reusing their own water in their family. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty cool. Like, I feel like that's like a boss move, other than getting solar powered fucking a roof and all that stuff. I feel like that's one of the coolest bosses moves you can make, is like, hey, I got my own reusable water and I only have to buy like 30 extra gallons of water a year because of evaporation. You know what I mean? But other than that, I just reuse the same water over and over again. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
But also kind of disgusting, because imagine you take some gnarly shits and you know it's the same water you're brushing your teeth with. And you're like, bro,
why?
I dropped a
Why do you have to tell
crazy
us this shit?
dookie last night.
You're nasty. Bro.
Thanks.
Only you.
Do you want to
bring
up what you're talking about? I'm gonna go use the bathroom and grab the bottle so we can take another shot, and then and I'll be back in just 1 second, because I need to drain the lizard, as they say. Sometimes.
All right,
I've heard
it.
Drain it. All right, BRB.
You guys. So, starting last week, Yuriy, Ali, Potlord, and I started a reaction Twitch account channel thing doing reacting to Love Island. So we were going to start off doing like a live watching party kind of reaction thing, and then doing a recap of the episode after, and then uploading it to YouTube. But Love Island is actually like 5 nights a week, and they do it pretty much live, kind of live. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess it's like the day after the next it's uploaded. So like they start filming Monday, and then the next day we see that day that it was before. Does that make sense? I don't know. I sound stupid. Anyways, we realized how much work that was probably going to be to like consume all these episodes of the show, and then afterwards do like a whole 30-minute recap of the episode. So we're like, you know what? I think we have like way more fun just like watching it live and reacting to it.
I was gonna say, it's not really with the work. It's like with the fact that we did it. Everyone shouts to everyone who was there for the Twitch live or whatever, for the first one.
Yes,
because we did the
more people.
We did the recap on live, and then the next day I was like editing it, and I was telling Rylee, I'm like for the recap, like the energy's already gone. We're already tired. We already saw everything, and just like
we already reacted to it.
I feel like recaps make sense for a one person type thing, to be like, hey, these are the people, and like you just spit information as fast as possible, as coherent as possible, as quick as possible, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, but for what we're trying to do, which is like two couples reacting to what the fuck is going on, I realized I was like, it makes way more sense for us to just press the pause button and be like, what the fuck just happened, and just give our live reactions. Unfortunately, we can't do that on YouTube. We have to do it on Twitch, but the people are fucking with it on Twitch. Like, we have 100+ people in the Twitch live, which is insane. Like, if as a person who streamed on Twitch for a long time, even before, like, you know, the crazy growth this channel has experienced, it's just like, Twitch is hard, bro.
It is.
It's fucking hard as fuck.
We've never seen that. Like, me and Yuri used to go on Twitch a lot when we lived at our old apartment. Yeah. And, like, we'd get maybe 40 people max. Yeah. Well,
even it's like, if I were to tell you guys, like, hey man, we're continuing the rest of this podcast on Twitch, we're gonna have 10% of you guys go there. You know what I mean? Like, that's like Twitch. It's like a lot of people who are on YouTube like to stay on YouTube, and a lot of people on Twitch like to stay on Twitch, but on Twitch is so hard to grow. It's like damn near impossible.
I wonder if, like, after we watch the episode on Twitch and we just record us talking about it after and upload it to YouTube, if that'd be cool. But I don't know.
I eventually do want to do something where we take it to YouTube, because it's just like, I don't want to I don't know, it's like I don't want to like be like providing content into this the void of space where no one sees it, where I feel like YouTube, it's like more people will see it. But it just feels way more fun and natural to do it on Twitch right now, because we just cannot do it on YouTube. If we were to start streaming even though we wouldn't be able to, but even if we were to post these vlogs or content on YouTube, we would just get copyright stricken so fast, you know?
I know.
Here, I'll bring this over here. Yeah. But either way, so we are gonna continue to work on that. And I did see, I've seen the negative comments, obviously, saying we don't care, I don't care about this Love Island shit, whatever. This is specifically why we all chose to do it separately on a different platform. Right. We're just promoting it and talking about it a little bit here,
because it's something we're doing.
Because it's something we're doing. But like in reality, we're doing this completely separately, and it's just like I don't want to. I knew ahead of time, if I were to post a Love Island recap on Harmonious Man channel, it's just like, yes, we'll have like people fucking with it, but then also a lot of people will be just confused, like, what is this? You know, like, what is this bullshit or whatever? So it makes more sense just to put it in a place where if you want to see it, you'll see it, and if you search up some related words, maybe our content will pop up for you. So it's really realistically only for people who will actually like it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And it's been so fun. The season so far, I think it's gonna be like one of the best seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think the characters so far are funny. They're very dramatic.
Wait, okay. Also,
That's
Paul Lord and I were talking about this on Disconnected, and I saw some comment, and I forgot how many likes, but I had a good amount of likes saying, like, clown face, Paulo and Yuri really thinking reality shows are real. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, bro, I've watched reality shows my whole life, and I always thought the same thing. But then after watching, number one, Ryan Sheckler's interview on the 9 Club, that show was like very informative, because Ryan Sheckler used to do, what was it?
Life of Ryan.
Yeah, Life of Ryan, when he was 17 years old, and it was like on MTV. It was like one of the biggest shows like possible at the time. It was like super, super huge. And he was talking about that, and he said like, yeah, he's like, we get a lot of stuff, or we get a lot of comments, or I get a lot of comments saying, was it scripted? Or I know it was scripted. And he was like, it was scripted to a degree of, you guys are going to the park today. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's about all the scripting you get. But then also he said like, it's more also of a thing where they ask you a lot of questions ahead of time, but then also as the series progresses, they get to know the characters way more. And then for example, if Rylee and I were just like hanging out and I had like a bunch of my socks and boxers on the floor, Rylee would pass by and not really care. You know what I mean? Like, Rylee would be like, oh man, you should pick up his socks and boxers, whatever. But then the producers will specifically tell Rylee like, hey, Yuri's been leaving his socks and boxes on the floor for like months, huh? Like, you don't want to tell him anything about it? Like, I feel like you should tell him. And then Riley's like, you're right, I should. And it's like, they're not telling you what to say specifically. There's no script or anything like that, but they're just kind of, they're like enforcing or like kind of pushing those emotions into the person, where you're just like, I am mad about that. I do want to go confront this person about this. You know what I mean? Like, and then that's kind of where the scripting kind of comes in. And you could kind of see it in the show, in the Love Island show, where it's not really scripting, but like, they'll see like, oh, Yuri and Rylee have a really good connection, but Riley's into football players with skinny jeans. Let's throw in 3 football players with skinny jeans and tell every single one of them that they need to get with Rylee, or else they're gonna get off the show. And like, they're kind of like just like
or no, they'll even be like this, like, oh, that Rylee girl thinks you're cute.
Oh,
like,
yes.
That.
When
like
Rylee,
they're like that, like they act like you're like their friend, and
exactly.
then they're like, but because they know you,
mm-hmm.
and so like they know how to get into your head, and like that's where it's like they put you in these situations kind of knowing what the outcome is, but then like sometimes they don't know what it's gonna be, and it makes it even crazier.
So the scripting really, it's not like
they have like lines
exactly,
like,
yeah.
Hi, cutie.
It's more like just like, hey, I heard Rylee likes football players. You should go say what's up to her. And also, if you don't get Rylee, dude, like you're not gonna make it on the show. You're not gonna get the 100,000. So you should really make Rylee like you.
You should
you
really
know, like,
tell her your feelings, because like
yeah,
she says
exactly.
she likes a guy that tells her all her feelings.
Exactly. And then boom, there you go. Like, that's where people think it's scripted. And dude, I'm telling you guys, if you just watch season 1, 2, or 3 of US, actually I would recommend 2 of US Love Island. Like, bro, it's more like you just get it. Honestly, it's more just shows the people that are on the show, bless you, are a specific type of people. Bless you.
Thank you.
Because I know if I was on a show like that, like, I'd be out so fast. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be the type of dude to be like, you want me to do what? No. You know what I mean? Like, hell no. Like, that's stupid. But they know, this producers know specifically, like, not to choose those types of people. They will specifically choose the types of people who they know that, like, they're not going to flip out if I tell them to double cross their girl of 3 days and lick the foam off this other girl's butt cheek. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Crazy. It's literally happening on the show.
Shit like that.
But no,
okay,
like,
sorry.
I'd be like crying day one. Like, I can't handle this anymore.
I know you would.
I would self-eliminate.
I thought Jeremy liked me, but
you guys, I really just can't handle this. It's only been like 17 hours.
I know, dude. The funniest part is, like, Toke was saying, I didn't even think about this when I was watching the previous seasons, but like Toke was saying, they'll quote unquote couple up. They just met each other. They've known each other's names maybe for 8 hours. Another girl comes in, and then the girl who's in the couple will be like, I can't believe he's doing this to me. And Toke's like, you've known each other for less than a day. Like,
exactly.
What do you mean you can't believe? Like, what do you, like, does it make sense? And like, when you think of it in that perspective, you're like, okay, like, it's honestly, really, it's like they're more emotional than anything. It's like, you shouldn't be getting mad about some guy who says he wants to couple up with you choosing it is kind of weird, I guess. I mean, it could hurt your feelings, That's the main part. It's interesting. A lot of feelings getting hurt. If I stood like, if it was like, hey guys, step forward for the girl you like, and I'm the only dude to step forward for fucking Rylee, and then Riley's like, oh, I want to choose Tom, I'll be like, damn, dude, like, that shit hurt. Yeah, you're like, damn, fuck. I'm gonna be so pissed at Tom for no reason.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, it's definitely not me. Okay.
All right, cheers to middle of the episode, I think.
Cheers.
Let's go. All right, here we go to, I would consider, a slightly boring topic, but I feel like I should have brought this up when we were talking about the water levels going down in Lake Mead. Because we were
just talking about ass licking, and now we're talking about what?
I feel like it's even pointless bringing this up.
No, just say I'm just fucking.
No, but this would have been such a good example for how I was talking about how cities don't make sense, because with the amount of environmental damage you make and the money you spend just trying to make cities work, it like logistically doesn't make sense. I saw this random video about the LA aqueduct or whatever it is, about how sketchy it was for LA to acquire these water rights, where basically LA didn't have the water rights and they needed to get them legally somehow, and they went through all these like basically illegal loopholes where all the water that you and I use and everyone else that uses in Los Angeles, it's basically we like stole this fucking water on top of everything else we I guess stole for California and all that shit. But either ways, all the water rights have been stolen. I learned from this LA aqueduct video, and on top of that. Why are you laughing?
Because the switch of topics is
just
hilarious.
No, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because one of the pieces of information here really blew my mind. Where for LA to acquire our water rights, we had to tap into this one river, the Owens River, right? And the Owens River led to the Owens Lake, I believe. And since LA tapped into the Owens River, we've taken all the water. No water is getting to this lake anymore. So the Owens Lake has dried up. It's a dry lake bed now. And apparently because Los Angeles needed this water for people to, exist basically in this amount of people in such a small environment, we've dried up Owens Lake, which has been there for fucking who knows how long. It's a natural lake. It's completely gone. And now that it's dry, it's the source for the country's largest amount of dust pollution, which is just like, that's such a great example for cities. Just for cities to work, you cause a fucking nationwide problem. The United States' biggest source of dust pollution is because Los Angeles needed to exist. Isn't that crazy? And Los Angeles, compared to all of the United States, is very tiny. You know what I mean? Like, imagine we had 5 more Los Angeleses. Like, we would ruin this country within a fucking couple years at that point.
There needed to be the city of the stars.
Oh my god. Well,
it's Hollywood, baby.
And
they don't care about the Dust Bowl.
And you know what's crazy is, like, watching this video about the LA aqueduct, it really makes you, as a person who's lived in Los Angeles for 26 years, it really makes you feel guilty. I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm a shitty person, dude. I'm stealing, drinking, stolen water, all this shit. But then you realize, like I said, I came here as an immigrant, right? Like, I just came here as a kid. As a kid, you have really no options. You can't really begin to fathom these types of things that I'm talking about until you reach 18, I guess. But then as an 18-year-old, are you gonna have enough money to be like, no, I don't want to continue stealing water rights. I'm out of here. I'm going into Oklahoma or whatever it is. It's just like, it's so unrealistic. It's like you're kind of just like stuck as a person living in these environments. It's kind of like who we have to blame is like the people who set the shit up. It's like, bro, these. We need to stop these big cities. It's
the draw to Hollywood, Los Angeles, City of Stars. This is where you're gonna make it. Like, that's why people are so drawn to like Los Angeles and want to live here.
That's true, I guess. You're right.
So it had to be somewhere. That's just the place we live.
Honestly, yeah, you're right. Oh, dude, as a person who fucking has grown up in Los Angeles, I've met so many people, dude, who were like, are from another state and have either told me like, oh, I'm out here for a year trying to make it, or as extreme as like, hey, I sold everything I own to buy this bus ticket to get over here to LA because I know I'm gonna make it. And like, bro, like 9.9 times out of 10, every single person who I hear tells me that they're back in their home state a year or two later because they're like, fuck this shit, it's too expensive and too fucked up, and there's drugs and crackheads and everyone's sketchy, and like, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I always hear. Exactly. Which is just like, it's kind of crazy. It's very true. It's like, it's kind of like a corny cliche, but bro, hella people be moving out here trying to make it and then realize like, bro, this shit's sussed out. You know what I mean? A lot of nepotism, a lot of it's who you know, not what you know type shit. I don't know. It's weird. Speaking of weird,
what?
Drake. I'm tired. Okay, I want to bring this up because a video came out.
How he hit on a girl.
Of Drake hitting on a girl, and he posted a picture of this lady eating dinner. He's at a restaurant.
So weird.
He's at a restaurant eating dinner. Sees a lady, takes a photo of her, tries to fucking airdrop it to her as a way of flirting. Right? I saw this post. And then I thought, I'm going to read the comments, and people are going to be like, that's weird, right? I started reading the comments, and people are like, give it up to Drake, player of the year. He's coming up with new ways of getting at women. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, get the fuck out. If you think that was any type of smooth or finesse, that's creepy, bro. If I was a woman and someone sent me a photo of me eating dinner by myself at a restaurant, I would think you're a murderer, bro. I would think you're like Scream.
Super stalker.
Like, yeah, I would think you're Scream. Like, I can see you through the window. Like, type shit. It's like, bro,
what are you wearing?
It's a new version of what are you wearing? It's like, I'm going to send you a screenshot of what you're wearing.
Ew, bro, that was horrible. I can't believe he even posted that.
I know, and he thinks he's cool for doing that,
because he knows he could get away with that shit.
No, it's, okay, I think he knows he can get away with it, but it's also too many people.
Because girls will be like, I wish I was that
Exactly. Too many people are on Drake's nuts to him even have any perception of reality at this point,
Get
bro.
off the nuts.
It is weird to fucking take pictures of random women and send it to them as a form of flirtation. And then also, bro, get off your high horse.
That is not it.
Get off your high horse, bro. If you really want some pussy, go over there and say, hello, my name's Drake.
Hello, I want your pussy.
Hello, my name's Drake. Can I buy you a drink or something like that? I don't know. It's like something along those lines, but it's like, dude.
Aubrey.
Hello, my name's Aubrey. Here's my son, Adonis. I would have not known of my son if it were not for a rap song that dropped a couple years ago. But let's forget about that one. Okay, true. He was not repping his son until that fucking.
He wasn't repping, but he knew about his son before that.
Yeah, he knew about it. Did not give a fuck about it. He was he wasn't. He was like, fuck, everyone knows now. How do I escape this one? Let me pretend to care.
For real though.
I don't know, but I don't know.
No, I thought that was weird too when I saw it. I was like,
right?
I immediately now on Instagram, like whenever I see like on my reels or something like this weird random video where I'm just like, this is not okay. Like I always go to the comments to see what they say, and like the comments are always like hella funny, and like of course like it kind of like what I'm thinking too for the most part.
I had the opposite effect where the comments were in support. I didn't see that.
No, I was gonna say when I saw that, it was like as soon as it was posted. And there was like no comments really, so I never like went back to like read the comments. But when I saw it, I was like, this is super weird.
Nah, people were like giving him like props, and I'm like, bro, like this, whoever's giving Drake props for this has never talked to a girl like that, you know, like a girl that they did not know or a woman they did not know like in public like that. It's like,
yeah, that's weird.
How would you feel, babe? Honest question. How would you feel?
I would feel creeped out. I would feel like somebody's literally stalking me. Like, ew.
If you were eating by yourself at that pho restaurant we were at today, and you get a bring,
I'm like,
you're like,
what?
What is this notification? You click, you're like, picture of me. You would look around scared, like, right? Like, you'd be like, what is this? Unless it said like, if it said, hey, Cudi, it would make it even worse.
Yeah.
Bruh. Drake.
Nah.
Dude.
It's just not it. It's not the move.
Take care of Adonis. Stop trying to sleep with And also, I'm not trying to be... Did you see the comments about the woman? They're like, bruh, Drake. It looked like he was hitting on fucking someone's mom. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look like somebody you think Drake would want to hit on.
Drake's crazy.
Shit,
Drake
I don't know,
is
dude.
sus.
There's something about like seeing someone with such an inflated ego that you just want to see it crushed. You know? I don't know.
Speaking of egos getting crushed, poor little kid Cudi.
Oh.
At Rolling Loud, dude. I felt for him.
Why? I told you. Here we go. You want to bring up the
I was like, somebody
reference?
could make this a meme because Kid Cudi was like at Rolling Loud. And then somebody threw, I think multiple people were throwing shit at him. And then like somebody threw like a water bottle and it hit his face. And he was just like, if somebody else throws one more thing, I'm leaving right now, blah, blah, blah. And I was like telling Yuriy, I was like, this was me last stream.
I know.
Show stream.
If I see one more negative
comment, I'm out. I don't care.
I'm standing up and I'm leaving.
But I felt bad because it's like, I feel like more people are attracted to like doing this kind of shit at a concert because it's like they know they're gonna go viral.
Yeah.
You know, like I see it all the time, like people just getting shit thrown at them, and it's like, that's not cool.
But then also it's just like,
it's like you think that
you announcing saying, guys,
I know.
If I see one more thing thrown at me, I'm out of here.
Well,
when you're performing,
I learned my lesson.
When you're performing to 30,000 people or 50,000 people,
it's
and
not the move.
And you say,
don't do that.
If you say one more thing is done at me,
yeah,
it's gonna happen, like it or not. But
that's what I was gonna say. Relating back, like, don't show people you're actually upset. Just makes them get on more.
But honestly, here's a huge difference: is Rylee or me or whatever getting negative comments. Easy to just disregard and ignore.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over it.
But this fucking video right here of oh, actually no, this is the end of the video.
One more fucking thing on this fucking stage, I'm leaving.
This is me.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
And you see the cup fly? He just turns his head and fucking turns around. That shit's funny. But I can't find the beginning of the video, but in the beginning of the video, oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry about this, guys.
I was telling Yuriy, like, just imagine tripping, like, you know, hella people are on psychedelics watching him, and like he's like, I'm leaving. You're like, no.
But dude,
don't.
I have to say, as if I was like a rapper or an artist or some musician performing, and if you watch the beginning of the video, a cup hits him like straight in the face, bro. And if I was like, "Oh, my heart is," and then a cup hits me in the face as I'm trying to get deep,
exactly,
trying to get the audience to fucking cry with me, and I get a cup to the face, I'm not even gonna say like one more cup, I'm out. I'm just leaving.
Yeah.
I'm be like, yo, I'm throwing the mic just randomly, and I'm out, bro. Like, hell no. Yo, that's actually random. Have you ever seen a musician just throw his mic and be like, say whatever?
No.
And then some dude grabs the mic and says, follow me on Instagram. My name's blah 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 blah.
But I've seen Ariana Grande, like there's multiple like little videos of her getting kind of harassed by like the audience and shit. But it's like there's just a way to maneuver it, I guess.
It's
But it's like no, like now that like people see like, oh, I'm gonna go viral on academics, I'm gonna go viral on No Jumper, like for being that person in the crowd.
no one knows who threw that cup, you know.
They know that they could potentially like piss this person off to make the clip.
Okay, maybe I have a personal story that kind of relates with the situation, but I have to say that I'm wondering.
You're one of those people.
I was at one point, but
Wow.
I'm wondering. I have a story for you right now, and I've never told you this, babe.
Oh god.
Bad story. Not anything I'm proud of, but if you're at a this is Rolling Loud, right? Kid Cudi has a lot of fans, dude. A lot of people love his music, and they don't just love his music where it's just like, oh yeah, I like listening to his music. A lot of people with Kid Cudi like fucking emotionally deeply relate, where they're like, bro, like I remember there was this girl in my elementary school. Once we like got to middle school or whatever, she found out about Kid Cudi and all that stuff. I remember she said like, if Kid Cudi dies, I'm killing myself. Like that's how big of a fan she was.
No, my brother is a huge Kid
And
like that's the first, like that's the reason he tried psychedelics.
He has those types of fans though, like where they're super
die hard.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just like, bro, like if I was at a concert and I was one of those types of fans and I just saw you were right next to me and he was like, one more cup and I'm fucking out of here, and I see you throw a cup from the corner of my eye and he leaves, I'm gonna punch you.
Oh.
No. If you're a guy, you know what I mean? I'll be like, you just ruined my Kid Cudi fucking experience. I just paid $80 for this. Big bop, boop, bop, big bop, and I'm check your pockets for $80 to see if I can get my money back. It's like, bro, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, I wonder if that dude got fucked up. Whoever threw that last cup, I wonder if he got fucked up for that.
Dude, I don't know.
But okay, you want to hear my story? The reason why I think he got fucked up is because when I was in middle school, I was in the shithead. I was just more of an airhead. I were a shithead. I was a shithead, but I just didn't understand a lot of stuff. Like I was learning about reality.
You're
like,
a class clown. You try to be funny, and you're me.
Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
One day I'm just standing at the quad, and this is when there's like a lot of students at the quad, clown. Like a bunch of them. And I'm holding this, I think it was either a water bottle. I think it was a water bottle, an open water. It was just like an open water bottle. God. I was drinking. It was like mostly full. And I was just like, bro, I'm done with this water bottle. I want to throw it away. And then like, I was just like, I see a bunch of people. Like, I'm going to just chuck it into this group of people here. And I told one of my friends, I'm like, yo, should I toss this water bottle into this group of people? He's like, yeah, bro, that'd be so funny. Like someone's going to get wet or whatever. I didn't think. If you chuck a water bottle, it's not really water hitting you. It's a heavy water bottle hitting you, you know? So I fucking just chucked this water bottle.
It hit a girl.
It hit a girl in the back, and she like started crying, and she had a boyfriend. This Hispanic dude in like a gang or whatever.
Yeah.
I knew he was a gang because he was just like well known in the school. He just waltzes over to me. He was like, "Who threw that water bottle?" And everyone just like looks at me, and he just like gets all pissed and just fucking boo-bops me up. So I've been boo-bopped a couple times in my life.
He boo-bopped you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I dinked his girlfriend with a water bottle. Actually, no. I remember what he did to me. I remember what he didn't boo-bop me. He came up to me and he recognized me as Yuriy, the class clown. But he was upset at me because
I didn't know what I was
But he was upset at me because he's like, you just hit my lady type shit, right? He takes the same water bottle who hit her, drenches it all over my shirt, gets my shirt nice and soaking wet, and then fucking slaps my back like as hard as he can with a wet shirt. That was his revenge. Because you're
a dick.
I remember he was actually my homie a little bit, where like during PE class we would like all, you know, troll around with one another. So he knew me, and he wanted to fucking lay a mollywop on someone, but he realized it was me, and he was like, I gotta do something to you. I ain't gonna punch you, but I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna humiliate you.
And he like dumped a bunch of water on me and slapped my wet back.
As he should.
Yeah. As he should, really?
If I was hit with a water bottle, I probably would cry too.
Yeah, you
in
would.
middle school? Yeah,
oh my
definitely overly emotional.
Anyways, did you have anything else listed?
Should we squeak on my almost fight yesterday?
Oh yes, because I honestly I'm kind of confused because I was drunk.
I kind of made it look like a lot.
Wait, hold on.
Way more dramatic than it actually was.
Before we even squeak on that, can we explain where we were yesterday? Because if you watch my Instagram story, dude, I've been to San Diego because of Rylee at least 4 times now, and every time I have this like, dude, different. I swear, I feel like I'm in a movie. Like I'm not even joking, guys. Like I feel like I'm in a movie where it's about a white dude who fucking goes to a place with a completely different culture, and he's like wide-eyed experiencing the culture for the first time. Like, bro, I grew up in Los Angeles. I've spent time and slept in houses in many different areas around here in LA, and I've never had like the social experiences I've had in San Diego, dude. Yeah. Like it's so crazy. We went to Border X, a bar out there, a brewery, and in the backyard they had a Puerto Rican, right? They had like a Puerto Rican dancing thing going on where they had these like drums going off. It was like almost like a Venice Beach drum circle, but it was like a Puerto Rican type thing going on.
It was amazing.
All these people dancing and like shouting and drinking, and it's like a whole event of its own with like 50 people there.
But wait, pause. Before that, my family has gone to this brewery like a couple of times before, because I used to live out there with my aunt, and then my dad found out about this place because it's like in like the old Chicano like San Diego district.
Her dad was telling me like he was like, yo, you ready for this? He's like because her dad's Mexican. He's like, this is a very Chicano area. He's like, you're gonna have like a huge like, it's like very cultural out there. He's like, all the walls are painted and things that have reference to Chicano culture and all this stuff. All the stores are very like, have all these things that represent our culture and all. He's like, it's very Chicano basically. Yeah. We went over there and he was 100% right, bro. The artwork, honestly,
amazing.
It's like in LA, 3 out of 10 murals are well done. A lot of murals are kind of shitty, bro. Everything done in that, I don't know what area it was, but everything done in that area looks so nice, beautiful. Bro. I wish I was on shrooms walking through there. I know. Because it looks so nice. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you.
Oh, no, but all I was going to say was we've been to that brewery a couple of times, and each time we went there was nobody there, super chill. They had, like, a couple games in the back, like, the jumbo Jenga blocks and, like, cornhole, which, like, we played before. So, like, we're thinking it's going to be, like, chill. We're going to just hang out, talk, listen to each other talk.
Yeah.
We get there, it's like crowded. The music is so loud, we cannot hear anything. But keep on going. It was talk about the dancing.
So yeah, so there was the
really
Puerto
cool.
Rican little drum circle thing going on the outside, like the smoking area, and then on the inside there was a live band playing. And then, dude, here's the other thing is, it's like your dad was saying, it was like known to be like this like very Chicano like vibe or whatever, right? Bro, it was like such a variety of people there. You know what I mean? There's so many different types of people there. And in LA, I'm used to drama coming with a lot of people. Whenever there's a lot of people in a certain area, there's always going to be a fight or a disagreement or something like that. Or someone steps on someone's toes or something. Like, it's something happens. Dude, it was like just vibes. It was just like everyone was just like dancing. There was like these
everybody was happy.
It looked like those people who just waltzed on in there who didn't even know what the fuck is going on. They're like, yo, this is crazy. Like I felt like dancing because like everyone else was just like like going crazy. Like it was just like a crazy experience. And I was just like, bro, like for anyone that wants to visit Los Angeles, I've said this on another podcast, another 10 Talks, but I have to say it again. Like, bro, San Diego, I've never spent too much time there, but it doesn't have the authenticity, I feel like, that a lot of LA areas have, but it has this like social, like, I don't know, like cool, nice vibe that's like, it's like unbeatable. It's so cool.
You're gonna have fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
You're gonna find your own little vibe out there. There's so many different areas to like go and kind of turn up at.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, outside they had like the Puerto Rican band, and then inside like they had the salsa music.
Oh yeah, it was salsa music.
And so yeah, it was so fun. We were just chilling,
Wait, can I say this though?
yeah, keep
Also,
going.
it was a brewery. It was super chill, like super cool vibes. And then at one point, we're all chilling at the table, and this lady goes up to Rylee, and she's like,
Because I'm like dancing in my seat.
"Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
Rylee,
like,
Rylee kept dancing in her seat, and I felt bad. I told Rylee, I'm like, dude, like I'm the type of guy.
I don't want to dance though. I just like to
yeah,
chill.
you
No,
do.
I don't. No, not when we're like out, like with my family at the bar, like.
I
or at
feel
the
like you
brewery.
would.
No, like we're just like all like having fun and like we're listening to the music. I'm just dancing in my seat, you know.
I feel bad because I'm the type of guy
No.
where I hold up the wall at a party. Like I will stand up against the wall with the drink and be like, hey, cool party. You know what I mean? Like, but Riley's the type of person to be like, yo, the music's popping and start dancing and shit, whatever. And this lady, I'm sitting next to Riley, this lady came up to Rylee in front of me. She's like, why are you sitting? Come dance on the floor.
I'm
and
like, no.
And Riley's like, no. And I was like, babe, go dance. Like, go dance with her. But then I thought about it after I said it. I was like, if Rylee starts dancing and some dude starts going, what am I gonna do? Throw my beer at him? Like I will freak out. No, I'm kidding.
No, I just no. That's
I'm
not
joking.
the vibe. I was not trying to dance with like the randoms.
Okay, so what happened? I don't remember, and I wasn't there exactly, but apparently
return.
Rylee
Okay, so-
almost got in a fight.
We were drinking. We had like a couple Palomas, a couple sour beers.
I regret not buying the 4-pack actually.
So we were buzzing, and we obviously had to use the restroom. So Yuri had to go to the bathroom, and so did I. So there was like 2 separate lines or whatever, and there was this girl in front of us, and this other girl in back of us actually like made a point, like, was this girl in front of you?
I was gonna say
Like,
before even Rylee got in this conflict, apparently
Yuri was waiting
with the
with me
girl
in line.
with the girl in front of Rylee. I was chilling there with Rylee.
She was about to make a
and there was this
scene.
girl behind us, and apparently the girl behind us, I think she was a little bit lit. And
She was.
and she didn't notice that there was someone in front of us. She saw someone exit the bathroom.
Everybody
and
was
then
lit.
this girl in a red dress goes in the bathroom, and this girl behind us comes up to Rylee and I. She's like, was she in front of you? She's like,
she's trying to go.
and what's funnier is like Rylee and I were standing there for like 5 minutes, bro. This lady just joined the line.
Yeah.
Like in 20 seconds, she was already complaining.
Yeah.
She was like,
So-
did she cut in front of you guys? Because I've been standing here for like 20 seconds already. And like,
Yeah.
we are like, no, she was there actually. And then she went in the line. And at that point, I was like, babe, I'm going to go use the bathroom too. And I leave Rylee.
Yeah,
So,
because so she finally goes in the bathroom. 5 minutes go.
are you
I'm
sure
like-
it was 5 minutes?
It was 5 minutes because you had already gone to the bathroom fully by the time I like had just gone into the bathroom. Like,
And
you
I had
were
to wait a
leaving.
while. I was on
Yeah.
Instagram for a minute.
So like 5 minutes go. I'm just like whatever, being patient. It's like 8-minute mark. I'm like, okay, just pee and get out of the bathroom. Like, I hate when people do that.
She might be pooping though.
No. I was like, maybe she's doing something else in the bathroom. So I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. I was getting a little impatient, so I just kindly knock on the door. Nothing. I let 5 more minutes go. It's been like 15 minutes. Yuri still hasn't gone to the bathroom.
Are you sure? 15 minutes.
It was 15 minutes.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't because I was drunk, but it felt like 15 minutes. And so I give
Was the
it
girl
up.
behind you pressuring you at any?
No, but I could, like, we were both like, okay, come
This
on.
is taking forever.
Yes, this is taking forever. So I like hit her with a triple knock, like a bang,
Hard?
bang, bang. And like, I just let it be. And then she finally, like 2 minutes later, she comes out and she's like, you know, if it's locked, that means somebody's using it. That's super rude. And I was like, you know, you've been making this line wait 20 minutes. That's super rude. And she like just walks past me,
And she's
stuff.
like, you know, I just finished 4 quadruple tacos from Del Taco 3 hours ago. That's super rude.
I was like, fuck you. I was so pissed. And then like I could see my family seeing me like talk to her from like the distance. And so after I like use the restroom, I come out, see her, and I like just start laughing. And I was like, I had to almost fight this girl, like blah blah blah.
You know what's funny?
And then I just
Okay, okay.
realized after like my dad like was hanging out with like his other friends too, and
yes.
one of the friends was talking to her the whole time, and then the other friend was like, isn't that the girl? And I look and she's like laughing with the guy like my family was with, and I was like, Oh my god,
It
this
is?
is so embarrassing.
Oh my
Like,
god.
let's go.
I was about to flip on that bitch.
I was so annoyed, but I was just like, ew.
You know, it's funny.
But I made it way more dramatic than it was, but it like I had a conflict with somebody.
randomly at a bar before Rylee and I and her family even went to this brewery. We went to a taco stand across the street, which was super cool. I really liked it. What was the name of the taco stand? Salud. And also there was a bottle of Pisto, which is like a Fool's Gone Wild beer, and it says "Love Lil Weirdo" to
Salud.
El Salud or whatever. And I was like, and Rylee was like, "Yo, like we just had Lil Weirdo on." I was like, "Yo, that's crazy! Like what a coincidence!" But
and I was like, I
he's
was
from
like,
San Diego
looked
too.
and I was like, does that say Lil Weirdo? Because it made sense because he was from San Diego.
Yeah.
So
that was interesting. We went to apparently a taco stand that Lil Weirdo goes to. But when we were there, whenever Rylee and I are out, I feel like any guy who has a girlfriend can relate with me. You just think like, you know, usually 90% of the time, 97% of the time, actually I would say 99% of the time, people will look, but they won't say anything. But sometimes you get that drunk enough group of dudes who are just like, I don't care. Bro, I've had homies who've done this, and they've gotten fights for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know this happens. It's like sometimes you'll have a group of homies who are all fucked up, and some dude sees the girl he likes, and he'll be like, and you'll be like, yo, she's with her man, and he'll be like, fuck her man, what's up, bitch, blah blah blah, blah. You know, like sometimes I think like, you know, this type of thing could happen. I always just think like, how am I gonna handle this? I always think like, you know, what could potentially happen. But then I was thinking like, we're with Riley's dad, who also doesn't play at all.
Oh my dad, what a bitch.
And honestly, like I was thinking like, usually I have to worry about handling these conflicts by myself, but now I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, Riley's dad's like a big ass dude and doesn't play either. Like this will be kind of a bad situation for someone that tries to do that. Like he's gonna have to deal with me and this
three
fool.
guys. There was three.
Oh yeah,
of y'all.
he would probably do something as well, bro. I was really thinking, I was like, I feel a little bit better about this situation. Like now that I have Riley's dad here.
That's the best thing of going out with the family. I love it,
bro.
That was like the best thing about turning 21 was like actually being able to like go out and drink with your family. That's so much more fun. Like
I agree. Honestly, bro,
it's a safe environment.
Even with my dad, bro, like my dad has like a short temper, dude. Like whenever I'm spending time with the family, I always just wish, bro, no one comes across my dad fucking the wrong way, because I know that my dad, he's so willing. Even though he's from Russia, he's never been like a gangbanger or like grew up in the Los Angeles like culture of like gangbanging or any of that stuff. And it's so weird because he doesn't know any of the type of rules that come with the gangbanging culture, but he follows them because they're already kind of preset in like Russian type of culture, which is like, I'm fucking you up if you disrespect me type shit. You know what I mean? Like, and he's like that to the end. Like I've seen it so many as a kid,
that's
bro.
My dad too.
There's been so many times as a kid where I'm like in the back of the car as my dad's like about to fight some dude over a fucking honk, and I'm just like, bro, like come on, I just want to go home, dude.
It's all about respect. It's all about respect.
But I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I was like, yo, I feel like slightly better that Riley's dad's here. This whatever conflictation or whatever conflict, it will go way smoother. Either way, another random topic I have is Los Angeles recently spent $500 million, like I think 560 million or close to $600 million on this new bridge. And I forgot, it's the 6th Street Bridge. And the old one I've taken many times, because to get to what the fuck is the name of the skate park? There's this one skate park, and there's like certain skate spots where to get to them you have to cross this bridge or whatever. And it's like a super old LA bridge, and it's been a lot of movies or whatever. They recently replaced it with this new bridge, and it's like super nice. So you guys have probably seen it. It has like these like arches, or these like swirling arches over it, a bunch of them, and each one is like lit up a different color. And it honestly looks really cool. I've seen a lot of footage of people just like biking down it or driving down it, and they'll have like really nice cameras, and it just looks really nice. Like I can imagine some really cool movie scenes being filmed on it. But ever since this bridge has been constructed, it's kind of just become like the viral point of LA, where people know like LA is one of the most popular cities in the world, and this is a new huge construction, you know what I mean, like like that's going to be a part of Los Angeles history, and people have just been doing crazy shit on this bridge to go viral. And recently, I'm not sure if you saw, Blasey reposted it, some dude got a haircut in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah, I did see that.
Some dude got a haircut. People have been climbing the arches, which I want to do myself. I've been wanting to do it, but now police has been like upping their patrol on this bridge because so many people have been doing stupid shit that I feel like it'll be even harder to do it. But I want to climb one of those arches, sometime in the future because I feel like it'll be fun just for shits and giggles. But shout out to the homie Meklo. Meklo for his 23rd birthday hit me up a long time ago. Very talented skateboarder. He's like, yo, bro, it's my 23rd birthday. I want to film 23 tricks for my 23rd birthday within one day. Let's do it. So there's a video on my channel titled Harmonious Man Meklo birthday video, or just type in Meklo Harmonious Man. It'll probably pop up. But either way, Meklo also did a trick on the bridge or whatever, where if you hop a fence and you could like climb up one of the arches, you could like climb up them or whatever, right? They're kind of like just like a steep bank, but then also you could skate up it or whatever. You could do a trick and then come down fake it. It's just kind of like a little skate spot. But then also you can skate a portion of it, but then there's a portion of it that if you fall off, it's like a 50-foot drop. Like you're gonna fall to your death, and there's like a railway below you. I haven't shown Rylee the video yet. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I could bring this up. But basically, Meklo tries to do a kickflip to fakie. He actually lands it, but on one of his attempts, he fucking like fucks up. He overflips, lands like in primo, lands on his butt, and then he starts sliding backwards like on his ass. And then like he's sliding so quickly that he has like 2 seconds to fucking react before he dies. And dude, he saves his own life. Like what's even crazier is he's dealing with a knee injury right now and and a shoulder injury where like just falling off a 10-foot drop would probably fuck him up. This is a 50-foot drop and he saves his life. He posted this video on his Instagram page, 483k views. This shit went viral. Other people have, so many people have been reposting this. But huge shout out to the homie Meklo. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up his page right here. Meklo.skate. Guys, go show some love if you guys are down. But here's the video of him actually landing the trick. Check this out, babe.
We're watching history right now, boy.
So you see, you just go up, do a trick right here, and then you go back down. Right here is the death drop.
Yeah.
So that was him landing the trick, and then also right here in the beginning of the video, you can see all you have to do is jump this fence, and you can either climb up it or skate this thing. I think they might be making this fence higher. That's what I heard. But either way, here's the video of him almost dying, dude. Watch this.
No, I don't want to.
Bro, you have to really pay attention to this. Like, watch this. He's both feet have slipped out, both hands have slipped out, and he knows in his head like I'm falling down this direction. And dude, blindsided, he can't even see the drop. He knows need to roll left to save myself. He saves himself and saves the skateboard. Bro. And another thing is, like, I guess it's kind of dark in the angle. You guys can't really see, but bro, look at these cars down here. You see that van? You see how tiny that van is back there? Bro, this is like a 50, 60 foot drop to the right. Like, he literally almost dies here and saves himself. Huge shout to fucking Meklo for surviving that one, dude. He's a legend, bro. He's such a talented skateboarder, man. He's super, super cool. Oh, actually, here's a good video of the bridge that I was talking about, guys. These are the arches that I'm talking about.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Some of them are very steep, and some of them are not too steep, where you can actually just like climb on, just walk up them or whatever. And so this is him grabbing his skateboard, grabbing his camera, and just skating down the street. And bro, so many people have been coming to this bridge to fucking get some content and just go crazy. And Los Angeles and a bunch of news programs have just been posting saying like, bro, it's getting out of control. Like the most fucked up situation I saw recently was some lady who works full-time Uber Eats delivery. Like, she pays for her apartment, and I'm not sure if she had a kid or not, but she basically pays for her apartment, sustains herself doing Uber Eats using her car, and she had just bought her new car using all the money she saved up or whatever. She was driving down that street, and a lot of people have been doing donuts and like drifting on that street for like footage or whatever. Some dude was doing a donut, lost control and crashed into her car, totaled her car, totaled his own car, and he just grabs his stuff and leaves. And he just leaves his fucking Dodge Charger or whatever it was. He just leaves his car. They still haven't found the guy, but there was a video of the lady being interviewed, and she's like crying, she's sobbing, saying like, dude, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I literally just lost my car. That's how I fucking make money, and I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next month or two. You know what I mean? Like, she was just like in a fucked up position just because some guys were fucking drifting on this fucking street, and then the dude obviously.
Poor thing, that sucks.
I know, he didn't even take accountability for his own car, and he just left her car and his own car. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but what I was kind of thinking is, dude, street takeovers, I feel like maybe they've been getting more popular, but I've seen this type of video happen so many times where people will have Dodge Chargers and SRTs and all those Dodge type cars are very popular right now, and I've seen so many videos of people having those cars, brand new ones, 2022, 2021, crashing them and then just being like leaving and just dipping out. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, how do people have the money just to like buy these like $60,000 cars, crash them, and just be like, deuces? And not only just deuces, but I know that you're not gonna be able to track this car to me. Usually, like, there's a VIN number and it says, you know, Yuriy A fucking bought this Corvette, and there's this, you know, this number's tracked. Like, these people are leaving, not getting caught. No worries. I'm like, bro, where are they getting these $60,000 cars from, and how are they just like losing them and not caring, and then probably the next day having another car and just driving no problem, you know? Like,
just keep stealing them. That's what they probably
you think
do.
I'm wondering, like, or are these like some super rich kids too?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I've seen so many stories. I can't remember exactly the name, but when I was growing up in West Hollywood, there was this one last name that was very infamous. It was this one kid. He was like 4 or 5 years older than me, and I think he had a twin. It was like this dude who had a twin as well, or like a brother. And apparently their dad was like this like multi-millionaire, not multi-millionaire, like 100-millionaire, where he had so much money that he could just retire for the rest of his life, just stacked up. They had a house in the Hollywood Hills or whatever. And his dad, he was retired and he had nothing to do, and he decided to become a West Hollywood sheriff. So he was a sheriff for the West Hollywood Police Department, or Sheriff's Department, and his kids were just shitheads. Like, they were doing drugs, doing cocaine, and like fucking crashing cars, like doing all this crazy shit. And I constantly heard stories of them getting caught doing highly legal stuff where you would get like 10 years in jail, and then the cops who pull them over are like, oh, you're that kid's son. They're like, oh fuck, like, I have to call him over. They call him over and they get no trouble. Car gets taken away, gets paid for. And like, I've just heard like these kids, they're just like infamous in the area for basically their dad was not only a multi-millionaire, but he was a sheriff, where they're like, they can't get in trouble for anything. And I was just like, damn, like, imagine being that fucking kid, dude.
Dude,
where you just
get
like
away with everything. Yeah, there's multiple stories like that.
You can just be the biggest shithead in the world, and not only can people, like, you don't have to care, but no one can really do anything, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
But then also, it's like, there's so many stories of this. Look at politics. Look how many people do, what's her name? Who's the Olympic swimmer in the Kardashian family?
She's not an Olympic swimmer.
Or she.
Runner.
What?
She was
what's
runner.
her name?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, runner. Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, so Caitlyn Jenner.
Track star.
Caitlyn Jenner killed someone. She ran someone over. You heard about this? You didn't hear about this? She ran someone over and killed someone in an accident. She basically accidentally ran someone over, and they died from their injuries.
Oh my god.
She didn't even
recently?
Like 5 years ago, like 10 years, like not even 5 years ago, I think, like not too long ago. But she didn't even spend a year in jail.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was like big news. A lot of people talked about it, but like, bro, she didn't even spend a year in jail. And just like, that's not an example of having ties with the police, but that's just an example of like money. You know what I mean? Like, money getting you out of anything.
Yeah.
You know what's even crazier is I saw this whole thing about South Korea, about how I forgot the name for it. There's a name for these families, but there's a certain group of families, like literally around 20 families, very small number of families, who own all the biggest companies in Korea, and there's a name for them, and there's a name for all the daughters and granddaughters who are a part of these families, and they're basically known as the untouchables, where they can do anything they want and they will get in no trouble. And one of the craziest examples was like the daughter of one of the fathers, who's like the owner of fucking, one of the biggest companies in Korea or whatever. His daughter was on an airplane, and they were handing out fucking like nuts and snacks or whatever, and apparently the stewardess like had handed her nuts in a way that she didn't like, that she thought was disrespectful, and she ordered the plane to be landed, and she ordered the stewardess to like apologize on her knees and kiss her toes. And like it was some crazy big news where basically that daughter ended up having to spend a year in jail because she did that or whatever.
What?
And it's basically like an example of how much power they think they have. They're like, bro, you just disrespected me by handing me nuts with your left hand instead of your right. Land this plane. You have to kiss my toes on the ground. You know what I mean? Like that's how crazy their fucking families are. You know what I mean? Like, and
okay, so the stewardess spent the year and a half in jail.
No. The daughter.
Oh.
Because like a lot of the citizens of South Korea were just like outraged. They were like, bro, like you're fucking tripping with power type shit. They were trying to give her 2 to 5 years in jail. She only got a year, and people were upset about that too.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Like I don't know why I brought that up, but just an example of just like, bro, money and just connections just like can trick your brain into thinking like, bro, you're just better than everyone and you can do anything you want, which is insane. It's fucked up. What did you have listed? I have like 2 last things listed that are like, I don't know, kind of random topics, I guess.
Okay, I'm just so hungry.
Oh really?
Yes.
What are we gonna do for dinner? Okay, so what do you have?
Your Sharp interview came out.
Oh,
and we
I forgot,
listened to it during the drive to San Diego, and I honestly have to say that I told Yuri that I think it was Sharp's best interview.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I've done a lot of Sharp interviews, and I truly think that was like such a good conversation between both of you, and you guys are both just really good conversationalists. Like you guys are really like well spoken, so it flowed naturally.
Thank you, babe. And honestly, I've said this before about Sharp, where like I talk a lot. You know what I mean? Like, yes. And like I've noticed it throughout my whole life since I noticed it even more once I turned 18 and I started partying, going to house.
Sometimes you talk a lot.
I do it a lot.
In certain situations,
dude. I'm telling you, like when I just started partying, like going to house parties with Chris and like other parties or whatever, and like, you know, clubs and all this shit, I guess. But it was a constant thing where I noticed, like, dude, like I talk people's ear off, bro. Like I'm not the type of person to be like, cool party, huh? Like, yeah, lit, like blah blah. Like I'm the type of person to be like, cool party, huh? Have you heard about the pyramids? Like they're not really 5,000 years old. And like, and then I'm like stuck giving you a 40-minute conversation about how, like, you know, something I found out about on YouTube or whatever. And like I found this out like a long time. Like I just talk a lot, you know what I mean? And then a lot of times you're talking to someone and then like it's like you'll just get like very flat answers, like, oh cool, you know what I mean, like, oh that's interesting, or yes, no, or whatever. But like every time I talk to Sharp, it's like no matter how detailed it can be, like I always get the answer back of like, oh interesting, here's my opinion though, you know what I mean? Like with Sharp, it's like he really like conversates. Like he won't like he's not the type of dude to be like, oh cool, for sure, and turn his head. He's the type of dude to be like,
he picks it apart. He
will end the conversation, well not end the, like he will continue the conversation until it's over, and then that's it, you know what I mean? Like he won't just be like, all right cool, for sure, you know what I mean? Like or whatever. I noticed that, so that's why like I feel like it was a really good conversation, because Sharp is a good conversation.
No, you are too. Give yourself some props.
But dude, I want to give a huge thank you to every single person who watched that interview. I know that a lot of people only watched it really because Sharp. It's the Sharp thing.
Shut up! This man does not give himself any credit.
No.
People love you, and they have been waiting to watch you. That's why they click on it too.
But if you look at
you
look at Sharp's numbers, it's like it doesn't matter really who he interviews. Like it's gonna get a certain amount of numbers.
But it's also the guest. Sometimes it's not as crazy as you think.
But I want to give a huge thank you again to Sharp for inviting me on, and then huge thank you to everyone who watched it and also left the comments, because I've been reading the comments.
Harmonious,
and it's just like so many people are just going crazy saying so proud of Yuri, so proud of Yuri, stuff like that. So I want to give a huge thank you to every single person who dropped a comment. And
I was telling Yuri, I was like, it feels weird for me to say I'm so proud of you because everybody keeps saying I'm so proud of Yuri. I'm like, but I am so proud of you because it's crazy. It's already over 100K views in like less than 2 days.
I was really thinking like,
or in 2 days, I think. Over, right?
I don't know. Well, I'm grateful for everyone.
Exactly.
I sent it to my mom, and my mom was like, I watched it. She's like, it was such a good interview.
I
blah,
know.
blah.
She told me. She's like, I loved it.
So a huge thank you for Sharp for inviting me on, because that was a very cool experience. And I was telling Rylee this as well, where I've never sat down for an interview like that. And then also I did the Sharp one, and then also a couple days ago I did the Big Chief interview, which that's going to be coming out tomorrow on Monday, they said. I'll be posting that on Instagram. But it's like with these past 2 interviews, whenever I'm on a podcast, it's like you're just talking, you're giving your opinion. But for the interviews, it's so interesting because it's you yourself as a person. You never really think of your life in a chronological order or much, or have to fucking verbally express it and detail it in a smooth, articulate way. Where when Sharp was asking me these questions, I was like, fuck, dude, I never really thought about like how did this start, how, like, what was the first thing I did. And then as Rylee and I were re-listening to the interview, because honestly I listened to like 8 minutes of it or whatever, just to like, because I was just like, bro, like I can't believe this, like this actually came out. I listened to like 8 minutes of it, and then I was kind of over it. And then when Rylee and I were on the trip, I was like really thinking like, dude, at this point I can't remember anything I talked about or what I said. So I was kind of like curious just to see like, did I sound stupid, or like how how crazy that, like how did I make myself sound during this fucking interview. So we were re-listening to it, and it was Rylee's first time listening to it, and I liked it. I don't know, I thought it was pretty chill.
It was really good.
But I was realizing that like it's like hard, bro. It's like hard to detail your life sometimes, because Sharp is asking these detailed questions where I'm just like, bro,
you do it so effortlessly though, where like it wraps it up perfectly.
Really? You think so? Well, I remember during the interview I was getting super nervous because he would ask those questions, and I was just like, fuck, like how do I even start? I was gonna say, as we were re-listening to it, I was realizing that I could have gave better answers, like when he was asking about the beginning of the content and all that stuff. It was like I give the answers of like what I can remember off the top of my head to not give too much of a delay in the podcast or the talking or whatever. But then as I give it more thought, I'm like, I could have said this too, and like talked about me doing this as well or whatever. Like I start thinking more and more. Like I feel like it's kind of a skill you gain to do an interview about yourself, to talk about yourself and your life or whatever it is. I don't know. It's like, it's weird to do it for the first time ever and be like, hey, so how'd you get here since when you were 6? And you're like, fuck, I don't know, dude. I've just been living day by day.
Yeah. I feel it. I mean,
but
couldn't even think of what I would say.
Dude, it's two last
to talk about.
2 last topics I have listed here is I've had this continuous love and boredom with this game called Rust, and now I'm having a new inspiration where I want to play it again really bad. The whole drive here, Rylee was sleeping a good portion of it, but the whole drive here, I just kept thinking in my head like, bro, I want to play Rust so fucking bad. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw I posted the other day that I needed help creating a Rust server because I want to play Rust again. I could play on a public server easily or whatever. I might even play tonight, but I could play on a public server. But I wanted to create a private server because AD said he's interested in trying the game. Podlord has played the game before. I would like to play with Podlord because I've never played with Podlord. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Just us running around Rust trying to create a shelter or whatever it is. And then Duno said he's down. Vell said he's down. Adam said he was down like a year or 2 ago. So I'm sure if everyone else is down to try, we might be able to have Adam hop on as well. But I feel like it'll be really cool if we have like a lot of the people in the No Jumper universe who stream hop on Rust and we fucking just try to complete some, simple tasks such as like, building yourself a shelter or whatever it is. And for anyone out here who has never heard of the game Rust or never played the game Rust, it's basically a game kind of, I guess you would describe as Minecraft, but it has very good graphics where if you don't have too good of a computer, like your computer might crash or you just might not be able to play the game. It will be too laggy because it actually shows, I would say, like, I don't know, some Grand Theft Auto type graphics, but you're basically a person. You get spawned naked on an island, and you have to gather materials to clothe yourself because at night it gets cold. You can die from coldness. You can die from heat. You can die from hunger. You can die from starvation. I mean, same thing. You can die from starvation. You can die from dehydration is what I was trying to say. You have to kind of like maintain your body, keep drinking water, keep eating food, keep finding fresh water, clothing yourself, battling animals or whatever it is. And then also if you're playing on a public server, you also have to deal with other players who might be better than you are, who will literally just kill you just to steal the contents of your bag from you so they can have more items or whatever. So I think it's gonna be very interesting. I'm in communication with this one dude who said he's working on a Rust server for me or whatever. So I believe we might have this Rust server done by tonight or tomorrow, and once it is, I'll make it I'll announce it. And I believe that at first I will try to keep this server private. Like I don't want anyone knowing about it, so that we could just kind of, I already know how to play, but I know everyone else is gonna have to learn how to play a little bit, so we can actually learn how to play without having our bases destroyed every night. But eventually I want to make this server public where anyone could just join and we could all just battle each other and do whatever. We could have No Jumper Mansion in there. I don't know, it would be very interesting. But that was the whole Rust conversation. The other thing I wanted to bring up is how you do it YouTube channel, Vell's live streams.
Oh my God.
I've said this since the beginning, bro. Since I found out about Ice Poseidon, and since I became friends with Vell, and since I started streaming myself, and honestly, mostly since I started following Vell on his Instagram. But Vell has always had, not even arguably, 100% the most entertaining, the most interesting Instagram stories, bro. I can't even remember half of the crazy shit he's posted on his Instagram before, but like, it's just insane content, bro. Like the most interesting shit ever. The one thing that comes to mind is one time I see an Instagram story of Vell walking down the street. He just walking, filming himself talking. He's just like, yo, it's a beautiful day, blah blah, all this stuff. And he's walking past this donation box, and he hears ba 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 ba, like hella banging. And on his story, he's like, what the fuck, like. He's like, yo, guys, like, I'm hearing hella banging coming from this donation box. Like, what's going on here? And then skip forward to the next story. He's filming the front of the donation box where the lid opens up. And he's like, yo, guys, he's like, I've been standing here for a couple minutes, and I've been hearing hella banging coming from this donation box, and the lid is opening up now. And then all of a sudden you see hella... And this is like right before Christmas. So this is a donation box for like Christmas gifts for the kids in need or whatever, right? It's like one of those like gift donation boxes. All of a sudden you see the lid open up, a couple of hands pop out, and they're just throwing fucking gifts out of the box. Someone's stealing fucking gifts from the box. And then Vell's like, yo, what the fuck? Like someone's stealing from the box or whatever, the gift donation box. And then he keeps filming, and then you see this like homeless dude fucking crawl out of there, just like grimy as all, looking crazy, just like squeeze out of the thing. And Vell's like, yo, like tripping out. He's like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, how did this guy get in there? Like, it's the tiniest, it's like a mailbox. Like, it's like the tiniest little square hole to squeeze through. He got in there, was throwing shit out, and then he squeezed out of there. And Vell was, I was watching this in disbelief. I was like, bro, this is insane. I remember that day I had DM'd Vell like 2 years ago. I was like, bro, you need to start live streaming. Like, I don't know what it is about Vell, but he just attracts content. Like, whatever I don't know what it is, but like people just are attracted to him. They're just interesting, you know, or whatever it is. And I was telling him a long time, like, you need to start live streaming. He started streaming a while ago already, and I feel like he wasn't doing it too consistently or taking it too seriously. But recently, I think we've all noticed he's been streaming very consistently, damn near daily, doing it very seriously, and he's just been going up. He's been going crazy, and I feel like I predicted this. I knew that Vell would be like the ultimate live streamer. Like, he has the best fucking content, really, in reality. And the fact that he's IRL streaming now, like, guys, I think Vell will be my favorite live streamer, like, from now on, at this point.
Dude.
It's just like the best content. He just, I don't know, yeah, unfiltered, and then also he's not scared to talk to someone.
Just himself.
Yeah, exactly. He's
just
himself,
like
and he's just like not scared just to come up to someone and be like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, why you have your pants off in the middle of the street? I don't know, like, just random shit like that. So the reason I wanted to bring it up is, guys, tap in with how you, just the word letter U, do it on YouTube. Shout out to Vell.
Yeah, shout out Vell.
Great live streamer, and I knew that he had the ability and had the, I don't know what it took to be a good live streamer. And I'm like, bro, I'm seeing it unfold in front of my eyes. It's happening.
Yeah.
That's
I
about
agree.
it. Did you have anything else listed?
That's
it. Okay. Rylee and I had a couple of like tabs pulled up of potential things to react to. I'm gonna filter by importance. Swaley getting stuck in a refrigerator. I no longer care. This video is kind of insane. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this or not, but No Jumper posted this recently. Brooklyn pastor robbed at gunpoint during church service. Bruh, this is insane. I feel like church has got to be the last place of protection. Come on, I feel like you should be able to pray without hoping your Rolex is going to get stolen. But then also, the reason why I remember the reason why I brought this up is if you read the description right here, it says the armed suspects got away with jewelry from the pastor and the churchgoers. And honestly, the main similarity I've noticed in all these robberies happening in Los Angeles, the Bay Area, New York, wherever it is, like they've been happening more and more consistently, especially the gunpoint robberies. The main similarity I've noticed in all of them is jewelry. Everyone, it's honestly become a trend now where your favorite rapper wears chains, choker chains or whatever it is, and everyone kind of just wants to emulate whoever they look up to. And I feel like it's just a thing where so many people have either real or most of the time fake chains. And I was telling Rylee this as well, as like, how many people do we know have nice looking chains and we know it's fake diamond chain. They can't afford a $50,000 chain like that. But how many thieves with a gun are gonna make that distinction? And how many people are actually getting robbed for their fake chains? You know what I mean? Getting held at gunpoint and potentially murdered and all that stuff. But I was just gonna say, like,
it's really scary,
Yeah.
I could never know. My stepmom was just telling me about that too, because I was saying, like, my parents live in Europe now, my dad and my stepmom. And she was like, we just see all the violence that's happening in America, and it's just like such a difference from where we live now.
Yeah.
And it's scary to come back out there, and I'm just like, yep.
And they're from America. And you know what's crazy is
but they've been gone so long, I feel like, where it's like
I forgot
they still get spooked.
I forgot the name of the dude, but the lead singer for Black Flag, he did a Joe Rogan interview where he talked about how he became a traveler, and he's been to damn near every fucking place in the world, every country, every state or whatever. He's been to North Korea even, and he said, he's like, dude, he's like, out of all the places I've been to, he's like, the place where I feel most at risk, and actually the place where I've been most at risk is the United States of America.
Yeah.
He's like, I've traveled all over the place, even North Korea. He's like, everything's been completely fine and dandy. He's like, I went to New York, I believe, to visit at one point with his homie, and him and his homie got robbed at gunpoint, and his homie got murdered. His like homie died in front of him because of a gunpoint robbery or whatever. Like they shot the gun, he got hit.
Jeez.
And he was talking about how he's like, bro, he's like, I've been to damn near every fucking place in the world, and he's like, the place where I feel most at danger is the United States of America. And Riley's dad's wife said the same thing today. She's like, we just came back, and she's like, I feel like it's dangerous here. And I'm like, bruh, you hear this all the time. All right, all the rest of these are honestly stuff. Oh, actually, we talked about that already. Okay, that's it. Guys, yo, we have the fucking 1,000 people in here, bro. Thank you guys so much, bro. Okay, at this point, I think we should just order food because it's 10:30 and it's late. But I want to do a little bit of an after show. Rylee, what do you want to do about the food situation?
I'll just cook while you do the after show.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We do have burgers. That would be easy. But either way, I do want to do a little bit of an after show. Yeah. For anyone that's new here, usually Rylee and I used to do an immediate after show where we would do the after show a part of this same stream. But with YouTube's new rules, we can't really continue the same stream and then cut it out and have it the same thing or whatever. It becomes a whole new video. So instead, now we just end the podcast, and then within like 5 minutes we start the after show stream. So I'm gonna do a little bit of an after show stream, like 10, 15, 20 minutes at tops or whatever today, because during the podcast Rylee and I don't read the chat, so we can focus in on the conversation. But I want to be able to interact with you guys and talk with you guys and see how the fuck you guys' week has been going and see what you guys think of the content and all that stuff. So I will do a little bit of an after show. Maybe Rylee will be there for a little bit and actually be able to read the chat and talk to you guys. But either way, thank you guys so much for joining this podcast. Thank you so much for being here for episode 80, which is, bro, a huge ass number.
I know.
I can't believe it.
If
you guys can, please drop a like. If you guys can, if we hit 500 likes on this pod, I will take a shot for you guys. Please drop a like. Please drop a comment.
Heard it here.
And then also subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed already. I will end the stream, and then within 5 minutes to 10 minutes tops, we will start the after show stream. So we will be reading the chat, and we'll talk to you guys in about less than 10 minutes. So thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace.
10